Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone. It's like
Happy New Year's.
over 3 weeks past the New Year now, but Happy New Year.
We went on a hiatus
Yeah.
because Malcolm has a job.
Yeah.
No, we both have jobs.
we
both have jobs. But we took, things got busy. But we're back. We are here post-election.
Speaking of having jobs, and this is just like an aside, isn't it, how many times have you heard like the criticism, like if you're posting about something and you are slightly critical of either capitalism or the way that the government works, and they're like, you should just get a job.
I mean, straw man arguments are the go-to for somebody who doesn't have any other argument. They think it is compelling, and it's not.
I've heard from people even like close to me, family, friends, before that I'd have disagreements with, like, I've worked super hard, and I'm like, who hasn't?
Good for you. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that. You and the people working 80 hours a week and still being unable to support their families.
Right? It's like, that's what it usually is. It's like,
that's what I always say is, what, those people don't work hard? Well, they should go to school. Do you know how much it costs to go to school? You know how much time you have to take out where you need to be earning money? Like, people, they think everybody has it the same way they do. They don't understand that people don't. What is the deal with folks of older generations? Do they just not look up how much college costs or something?
What I think is,
because the information is very readily available, my friends.
It's the inability of having empathy or being able to see yourself in other people's shoes. So, you live.
It's hard to say people don't have empathy, though, right?
It's not that it's completely lacking. It's that I would say it's at a lesser level than other people to get to that mindset.
I feel like when we go down that road, though, we kind of tread the waters of the I'm so much better than everybody else, rather than kind of addressing, right, what we think are the issues, which happen to be people not knowing why it costs so much more, why people go into that, obviously, because they're saying, I hunkered down and got a job. And yeah, Barbara, you spent $1,000 a semester, but it's different now.
I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a lack of empathy, but a lack of the ability to see how someone can have it differently than you, or seeing how the way that you were brought up or the way that you were privileged throughout your life doesn't apply to everyone else.
I mean, what I find just very ironic is the older generations, they all went through their own eras where they changed society.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they can't handle, God forbid, somebody else coming along and changing society. Oh, pearl clutching. Oh, no. What terrible things, these young people coming in and making things the way they want the future to be, just like we did. How awful.
I mean, if you think about it, though, part of it could be we did, X, Y, and Z to change society for how we wanted it to be. And we did all that work, and now people are changing it from the way that we changed it.
Right, because that's the way we want society to be.
Yeah. So it's
that's my point. It's why is it okay? So the oldest generation de facto gets to decide how everything is going to be. Is I feel like the implication of that argument, not your argument, of their argument.
Oh no, definitely, and I think part of this generational stuff, and I don't know if this is how it's always been. I mean, I'd love to do research about this. Is
maybe it is. Maybe
the stratification of generations,
But also, information makes it more like this, right? In the 1600s, I'm pretty sure people didn't give a flying fuck what the previous generation was doing.
I mean, that's true.
They
I
were
mean,
like,
I would
screw
assume
that
that's
Mozart
true.
guy. He's got nothing on Bach. Come on, man. Like, they don't make music like they used to.
I honestly think that mindset could fit at any time.
It
But
could. I mean, you're not wrong. It's just kind of a funny thing to think about.
I mean, I saw this post going around the other day. It was like some random person on Twitter that was saying like, millennials are the most interesting generation because we were brought up between not having the internet.
Oh yeah, I saw the one.
Why millennials are so like
right, exactly. It's like
to be the
we
best.
were in between the technologies and the non-technologies. We got hit with all of the recessions, and so on and so forth.
And I'm like, it just felt self-important to me, and like we're both millennials.
Well, yeah, of course. We need to feel self-important because all of our lives kind of suck right now.
That's true. There's a little bit of catharsis in it.
Yeah, which, I mean, I don't really give a shit what generation you are. If your info is bad, your info is bad. I'm sorry, that is the LAPD flying overhead.
Oh, there you go. Hopefully not after you. Not this time.
Can't imagine why. I'm not Antifa.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever that means. What do you mean, whatever that means? Those were the guys that stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, since we last recorded, there was a literal terrorist attack on the Capitol.
Did you see that video of the one lady in the crowd who's clearly thinking, well, I want to make sure the media sees this was Antifa. So while they were breaking in, she's going, no Antifa, no Antifa. And it was just, oh God. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It is some hokey shit, man.
I mean, y'all kind of definitely had a field day that day. The onion thing, that was hilarious. The girl who was wiping.
What was I saw this one remix. Oh, right. It was Animaniacs.
Yeah. That one was.
It was her in Animaniacs. Oh, I got something in my eye.
Do you have an onion? It might help.
I know, right? Hang on. You keep talking while I fish this out of my face.
I mean, there were as horrible of an event as it was, there sure were a lot of good memes.
There were a lot of good memes. But yeah, I mean, can we actually not talk too much about that? Because it's been talked to death, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, now
we've got the impeachment. That's the only thing I think. Look, the impeachment's going. I hope they convict him. I don't think as of right now that they will, but it will be closer than I'm sure Trump people think it will be. But the fact that they're not going to impeach him or convict him, that they probably won't convict him, and if they don't, I mean, it's just going to invite people to do whatever they want right before they leave the presidency. It's ridiculous.
Luckily, I mean, I don't know about you, but like we're 3 days into Biden's presidency, and there's a lot less anxiety, I feel, not just talking to people, but like on social media, online. It's just a lot less like inflammatory right now. And I mean, part of that could be that so many people are banned now from everything.
Could be.
But here's the other funny thing too, is I feel like there has been a little bit of a switch. The second like Biden got sworn in, a lot of people that I knew that were like hardcore Trump have been completely silent.
It's been remarkable.
I've had family members that were really, really pro-Trump, and then like after Biden won, there was a flip, which was pretty crazy to me. Yeah.
Wait, hang on. So like they were pro-Trump, Biden won, and then they go, "Oh, let's go for Biden."
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's because they didn't really care. I won't say who it is. They didn't really care about.
You see, that's really frustrating. That's really frustrating. That means that a lot of people voted Trump just because, oh, I know who he is. That's cool. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, that is what happened. Or people just are still not paying attention.
And then the Q folks have, oh, that's been fun to watch, the Q meltdowns. That has been a lot of fun to watch because you get two versions. You get the well, if you could call it rational at this point, but the rational reaction, which is, man, they've been lying to us, which should have been the reaction you had years ago. Or you've seen these people who've just lost every connection to reality that they had left.
Yeah, I mean, they've not like quadrupled down, and
they're not just quadrupled down. Some of them are like, but actually it looks like, oh, Biden must be in on it now. He and Trump are together and they're going to take everybody down. Biden was part of the whole thing from the beginning. And I'm like, bro, like, pull your head out of your ass, man. Look around you. Jeez.
I've seen that. I've seen people that are saying that the Biden's inauguration was fake and that we're actually under control from the military and that Trump is still in charge, but they're trying to make it look like Biden is in charge.
Okay, where are they then? Where's the military at? I don't.
That wasn't them flying above your house just now in the helicopter?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. LAPD. You know, I'm going to miss his invisible accordion, I got to tell you.
Yeah. But now we have Bernie's mittens, and that's like the first big meme.
Bernie's mittens. It's happy. It's the first meme of the year, and it's a great one. Like we got lucky with this meme.
Yeah, it's just everyone's enjoying themselves. I just feel a lot.
Everyone, like left and right side. Although there's a few. There's a few people like, oh, I don't know. Why did you ask him why he doesn't know anything about economics? Ugh.
I think it's kind of nice to like know that the news is not going to be so like in your face about like.
Right, we're not going to have to deal with, oh my God, Trump said this crap today. Bad for my cholesterol level and blood pressure.
It was overwhelming.
I don't know why I said cholesterol. It has nothing to do with cholesterol.
It was all the hamburgers.
It's the McDonald's. It's the McDonald's effect.
Yeah, the hamburgers and the covfefe.
You see, you know what you've done? Now I want a cheeseburger when we get off of this.
It's at one point we'll be sponsored by
McDonald's.
Like, yeah,
sure. We'll introduce it, be like, get a Big Mac. Look, you're never gonna have a burger. Have you seen these burgers? You're never gonna have one like a McDonald's Big Mac. I'm telling you something. It's got that Trump stamp of approval.
I'm so fascinated to see what's going to happen to him in the next like few weeks.
Well,
not just with the impeachment.
I mean, we know about New York State is going to come after him. We've got the impeachment. Yeah. Is McConnell going to grow a set of balls and actually convince other Republicans to convict? Because it sounds like he's going to vote to convict. Lindsey Graham, of course, is nuzzling ever so much more closely to Trump's sack every day. Just getting right up in there, just nuzzling up on that sack, having a great time in there. He never stops. That man is a bootlegger, like, extraordinaire.
I mean, I think it's in Mitch McConnell's best interest to convict because...
I mean, you heard his speech. It sounds like he's going to convict.
It sounds like he is. I wouldn't put it past him to, say one thing and do it.
Yeah, but you know what? He's driven by his own self-interest, and right now he sees that it is in his own self-interest to break away from Trump. And God, I really hope they do it. Oh, I really hope they do it, and then we get the Patriot Party and the Republican Party.
Yeah, the Trump Pea Party.
They want to call it the Patriot Party.
Yeah.
What a
There's gonna
joke.
be a little P next to everyone, the Pea Party.
Right? Just like their little tea party.
I mean, it would be interesting, but I think like Mitch McConnell wants to preserve the Republican Party, and that's going to be really the only way for them to win an election again.
I think with Trump around blabbing his mouth all the time, he knows he's going to have a difficult time preserving the party, and that's why I think he will vote to convict.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but at the same time, if they're in such a horrible situation, I mean, they put themselves in a horrible situation because at this
For
point,
years.
At this point, they could, vote to convict and then potentially create a Patriot Party by doing that, instead of preserving the Republican Party. So that there's like they're at a point where there could definitely be a schism no matter what occurs. And if that happens,
I thought that was going to happen in 2016. I thought he was going to lose and the Republican Party was going to break. I guess I was just 4 years early on that one.
Right? I mean, the thing about the Republican Party that they have historically been so good at is sticking together.
Yeah, because they have no scruples. Unfortunately, Democrats have too much of a conscience, and they don't ever bend it when it's necessary.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I mean, now it's going to get to the point where we'll probably start talking about how, like, Democrats have a slim majority in the Senate, they have a majority in the House.
Use it.
Yeah. Now it's
get us climate reform. Get us. Obviously, we need unemployment reform. Get us health care.
Get rid of the filibuster.
Oh, well, then we're good. Then we can do whatever we want. Right? I don't know if they're going to do the filibuster, man. I don't see that happening.
I've heard both sides. I mean, if they really
I just don't think it'll get the votes.
It's possible it won't. It's very plausible it won't. But if they want to really create change, they're gonna have to get rid of it.
If only like it wasn't 50-50.
Yeah.
Oh man. We need to take this country back from those wackos. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor fucking Greene. First day of Biden's presidency, she filed articles of impeachment.
I mean,
she's, I don't know what she's doing. She tried to bring a gun on, into Congress. Concealed carry.
A few Congress people did.
A couple of them now. And they all threw little bitch fits because they can't handle anybody telling them what to do because, they're privileged white people.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, why do you have, well, you know what? Like, now they can create that self-fulfilling thing of like, well, you know what? We weren't protected when we were trying to count the votes for Biden, so now we have to be packing.
It's your fault. It's your fucking fault.
So
you were one of the people who were part of that, you stupid fuck.
You see that and I see that. But 74 million.
I'm just so tired of this. I'm so tired of people saying things that are so blatantly like disingenuous and just so full of shit, man. I'm tired of the fake sanctimonialism from the right. This, now suddenly, unity. Oh, that's not in the name of unity. You don't want unity. But whenever they're in charge, well, the American people voted for us, so they want us to do it. No. Unity you get is that we take care of you guys and we do the right thing for your side, okay? I know you don't want that, but that's too bad.
And then there's a bunch of now the whole secession thing is starting again.
Good, let him go. Let him go. Who's going to leave that we actually need?
I mean, that's true. the largest economies and the most successful ones are all the blue states.
I mean, California could just leave itself and be like, bye, and it'd be fine.
Yep. I mean, it's all pretty hilarious. It's just completely flipped over. And
I mean, like, these conservatives need to stop threatening us with good times, man. I'm really, because look, normally I'd be all for it, but they never actually follow through.
It's empty threats until they can get in power again.
I doubt Mitch McConnell will even be alive then.
Who knows? That dude.
That man is deteriorating.
I mean,
you seen his hands?
Yeah, it's someone got one of his Horcruxes.
Yeah, clearly the Horcrux must have been Donald Trump's presidency.
Right. I mean, that's one just as plausible explanation for it as anything else, right? I was reading one thing. I made a post like this, that Donald Trump is a man with like zero positive qualities, and the scary thing about him is that,
I mean, I liked The Apprentice like the first couple seasons.
Well, zero positive qualities to make a good leader. He's thin-skinned.
Yeah.
And
he does fake strong really well. I'll give him that.
But fake strong is still not real strong. The thing that's
but his
funny,
supporters don't see that. That's the thing.
Well, what I was reading is he has these zero positive qualities, but the thing that would have made him more dangerous is if he had anything that's traditionally considered something good in a leader. If he had been competent, if he had working knowledge.
Because then he'd be able to slip more of that crap by us.
Yeah.
That's why we were worried about Mike Pence, impeachment and conviction. And then Mike Pence, who would just be a conservative pawn.
Yeah. But I think the one thing that Mike Pence doesn't have that Trump has in spades is showmanship.
Mike Pence, are you a fan of Parks and Recreation?
Yes.
Do you remember that congressman they were working on that April and
the robotic dude.
The robot congressman. Dude, Mike Pence reminds me so much of that guy.
Absolutely. The who really reminded me of him before he completely left the political realm was Paul Ryan. Like that.
Oh yeah, because his eyes, it just looks like there's nothing in there.
Well, I just remember Paul Ryan's debate with Joe Biden from a few years, from the second time that Obama ran.
Yeah.
And everything out of his mouth, I'm like, this dude read this 100 times before he
memorized that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another funny thing with him, when he tried to play Rage Against the Machine at a rally and they called him out and were like, don't play our music. or how about the alt-righters freaking out when they realized that Rage Against the Machine is leftist?
That's just hilarious to me, especially because I've met the one time I met Tom Morello.
Stop
it was at an ACLU rally.
Hell yeah.
It was 100 years.
Of course it is. Tom Morello, they're all activists. Yeah. And I mean, they're all minorities. So
it's pretty funny to see that.
Got my Jewish representation in there too.
There you go.
Yeah, man. At least we have Run the Jewels.
Mm-hmm. There's good stuff out there.
Yeah, there was a lyric from them that was very directly talking about Trump and his weird thing towards Ivanka. I can't remember what it was or what song it was in. But it was, yeah, I mean, it was very much like, yeah, dude, we all know you want to bang your daughter.
I mean, it's pretty obvious and it's super creepy.
Dude, he said it. He said it.
Yeah.
He said, if she wasn't my daughter.
I mean,
he literally said those words.
What's crazy is he said so much that's incriminating, and everyone's like, yeah, but he didn't mean what he said.
Okay. Sure. I mean, I love how they're like, no, he was being misleading about all of the things that look bad for him, but none of the things where he's lying about what's actually happening in the world. No, he's telling the truth on all of those. Yeah, COVID is nothing.
Yeah.
We have it under control. You heard they went in there and there was no plan, no COVID plan that had been left at all. I mean, that plan that Trump kept touting, oh, we're leaving them the best COVID distribution plan. With the plan we're leaving them, it's going to be amazing if they can't distribute 100 million vaccines by March. And they go in there and there's nothing. No plan at all. What did he think was going to happen? They were going to walk in and just be like, oh, there's no plan here. Let's not tell anybody. Like, God, the man is a moron.
It's not surprising. And it's also like, how much better would it have been if he did leave a plan?
It's just a piece of paper, and written in crayon it says give people vaccines, and it's spelled VACKSINES.
I mean, I guess that's a little bit better than nothing.
No, it says give people vaccines, and then at the end it says the end.
Yeah. Then it goes ...
Right corner.
Step 3, profit.
In the top right corner, he wrote his name in cursive, Donald J. Trump, and the date on the left corner.
Yeah. January 1921.
Right, for you Gen Zers, that's what we used to do when we had to write things with our hands.
I'm pretty interested to see if like the vaccine rollout will actually work. I've heard people say positive things about how it's about Biden's plan for it to roll out. I mean, he wants to do 100 million in 100 days. Does seem like a big task.
I'm sure if he does it, they'll be upset that it wasn't 200 million.
Probably. But
are you kidding me? They'll be like, really, Biden? You're going to put them out? You need to slow down. This is ridiculous how quickly you're vaccinating everybody. What if there's something wrong with the vaccine? Some crap like that. Tucker Carlson, he's going to come on and he's just going to sit there the whole time and he's going to be like he always does. That stupid look. I'm just asking questions.
I mean, the thing is, regardless if it happens or not, there's so many anti-vaccine people. Like it's like more than ever.
It's so basic. I remember like in a book when I was like a little kid when I learned how vaccines work. They had a little drawing. They had some drawings. They tested it. They took it from a bunny that had like an antibody, right? Mm-hmm. No, a rabid bunny with the antibodies. And that's how they ended up, letting them create the vaccine or so on. I don't remember the details, but it taught me how like vaccines are created and used and how they work and everything. I'm like 5 years old and I understood that.
I mean, it's the fact that we have vaccines at all. Vaccines are in the scheme of things a pretty new medical miracle.
And one of the most important discoveries of the 20th century. I would say right up there with relativity.
Absolutely. So the fact that people are like, I don't know about this. It's like,
you're right. You don't know about this. So leave it to the doctors who do know about this.
I mean, to be fair, it's not even fair because so much evidence is.
I was like,
Yeah.
you said to be fair, and I was like, about what?
There,
I can't imagine a single thing you're about to say that's fair.
yeah, there's nothing to be fair about it. I'm just gonna shut up. No, I have.
I mean, devil's advocate it all you want, but I'm gonna strike that motherfucker down.
I have heard just, you know, stories here and there about like people having allergic reactions or anaphylaxis.
Okay, yes, but those are known. Those we know about reactions to a vaccine, and that is not the same thing as what anti-vaxxers claim.
No, and on top of that, it's rare, first of all, to have a reaction like that.
Very rare. And it's known. Like, they know the percentage of people who, out of all those who will take a vaccine, who are likely to have a reaction or not. And those things are known. Like, we knew those statistics about Moderna and Pfizer, for example.
Mm-hmm. And not only is it rare, in the cases where it does happen, people have been saved from that. I mean, people have had allergic reactions to.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't want that because obviously allergic reactions are no good. But that's why most people should take a vaccine, because then people who aren't able to take vaccines will be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've just been hearing. I had somebody go on a rant about.
Oh God.
About the anti-vaccine, and they're not getting their family vaccinated, and then immediately invite me to a party.
I don't understand. Like a COVID party?
No, like just a random party. This was,
and you were like,
events. This was first I saw them ranting about not taking the vaccines, and then later on that day I got an invitation to a party.
And you were like, nope, not going to that.
Absolutely not.
So this was not during the quarantine?
This was just the other day.
Wait, they're throwing a party?
Yeah, evidently.
In Los Angeles?
Not in Los Angeles proper, but in Southern California somewhere, yeah.
Bro, you're playing with fire, man. This guy wants to get arrested.
I don't like the idea of it. I don't
get it, dude. Just like shut up and just sit in your house for a few months. Like, how fucking hard is it? Why is it that people have such a problem with this? Like, you're giving up a little bit of comfort in what you want to do for your neighbor, for the people around you. Like grow the fuck up. Stop being such a goddamn baby.
But also, what's funny is so many of the people that are so anti staying home were the same ones that panic bought toilet paper and goods at the beginning.
I certainly wasn't panic buying toilet paper.
I absolutely was not.
I was like, who said the supply chains were going to go down?
Yeah, it was a horrible, really dumb reaction. I remember right before lockdown, being in the supermarket and seeing this and just taking a video of it and cracking my ass off, because I was like, what is happening right now in this world?
I just have to pause and appreciate the fact that you just said cracking my ass off.
Yeah, I was going to say cracking up and then laughing.
I know, but it worked.
And I just like smashed
it worked
together
in a really funny way. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, for the pull up your bootstraps folks, y'all seem to be pretty fucking whiny. Let me give you some advice. Pull up your bootstraps. Fucking deal with it.
Hey, you know what? Rules for me, but not for thee. Or vice versa. Rules for thee, but not for me.
The Christian mantra in this country.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend any Christians greatly. If you were slightly offended, eat it. I don't care.
But if you were greatly offended.
If you were greatly offended, I'm sorry to bring you. I'll give you enough apologies to bring you down to just slightly offended. So I'm sorry, but not fully sorry.
80%.
I think that'll do it. That'll do it, right? Like, I'm mostly sorry.
That's as good an apology as YouTube has ever seen.
Oh, good point. Good point. Oh man. All right, so let's see. Change the subject.
I actually
Predictions tomorrow. Predictions.
for tomorrow
Yeah.
football.
Yes.
I haven't even been keeping up, to be honest.
Do you know who's in it, right?
What do we got? We got the Packers.
Packers and the Bucks.
Yeah.
The Chiefs and the Bills. I would love to see a Super Bowl I rematch.
I really want to see the Buccaneers go all the way.
I really don't.
Um,
Let me tell you how little I want to see Tom Brady get another ring. And it's that little.
I will say, I mean, if he can do it, will his haters just finally say like, okay, this guy's good?
I've already said he's the GOAT. I've said he's the GOAT for years. It doesn't mean I want him to keep winning fucking Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you remember who 2 of those Super Bowl wins were against?
Your boys.
Yeah, so no thank you. Fuck off, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't the Chiefs and the Bills, that's the other game.
Yeah, I'm looking for Chiefs and Packers Super Bowl I rematch. Packers to go all the way. That's what I want.
I don't really have a horse in this race, so I'm just looking forward to whatever happens. But it is the Bills have a really good defense. Defense wins championships.
Well, not against the Packers last weekend when we lost. So.
Yeah, I mean,
But also Donald was like barely in the game because he had a rib injury. He was trying to play through. Poor guy. He was crying on the sideline afterwards.
That was a tough game for the Rams, no matter what. I mean,
well, no, I don't feel that it was tough. I feel that Green Bay played a perfect game. There was no way we were going to beat them playing like that. No way.
Yeah.
If we were fully healthy, it would have been a good game, and it could have gone either way. But without Donald, without Cooper Kupp, like Goff's thumb, like we're not doing it. Sorry, not our year. I like Cam Akers though. Cam Akers gonna look good next year. It's our new girly.
Yeah. It's the point in the year where if you're not playing at 100%, you're just not going to make it.
Yeah, but that kid has talent, dude. He was playing very well through the back quarter of the season.
Football is just a game where, I mean, that's you no matter how good an individual is playing, it doesn't mean anything. Like your whole team has to play well.
Yes. But that doesn't mean I could walk out and play running back if I have a great offensive line. No, I'm going to break every bone in my body.
Well, yes. I mean, you have to be a good player individually, but
and I think to discount the actual athletic differences in skill, I mean, you can't do that, right? Like there are hierarchies, and it doesn't just have to do with the rest of the team. It does also partially have to do with the individual. Like in basketball.
Basketball, I feel, is different. At basketball, you can have a team be carried by one very good individual.
So what if you have a shit quarterback?
I mean, there are levels to.
Yeah, but if you can't run, also if you can't run the ball, like you can't work to open up the play action. I mean, a good team is good on all fronts.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be good on all fronts in football.
So every individual on your team has to be somewhat talented compared to other individuals at the same position in the NFL.
Yes.
And we had a bunch of the best. Fucking Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. God, I really hope Aaron Donald gets I think he will get his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year this year.
I wouldn't be surprised. He was excellent.
Yeah. God, I just wish it had been 3 years in a row.
We'll see.
I think the fact that he's only 29 now, though, means that he's gonna squeak out one or two more, be the all-time holder.
He definitely could. I can see it happening. That'd be awesome.
Man. He's gonna go down in history as one of the all-time greats, I think.
My focus has now just become fully basketball, and I'm also like focused on the baseball off season.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the football season to finish. Who's your team again?
For football?
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly don't really have a team. I like the Rams because I'm from LA and I love the Rams.
Acceptable.
I have never, with football, it's been tough because I've latched on to players and tried to follow certain players' careers or like certain teams, but I've never been like super football guy.
Well, buddy, I think it's time you like permanently choose your team, and I think we know the answer to that question.
I'll hop on the Rams wagon. Let's
do it. But it's you're not a bandwagoner, like you're a fan now, and you know what that means.
Yeah,
you are a fan whether we're good or we suck. And as a lifelong Rams fan, let me tell you something. We've spent plenty of time sucking. So.
Well, I will say this. I mean, I've even though I haven't had a team that I'm like super all for, like I have played fantasy football for years and years and years.
Yeah,
so, like,
there you go.
It's actually been kind of interesting.
I drafted Cam Akers at the beginning of the year, and I thought I was being smart, but he only broke out in like the last 2 weeks of our season.
Maybe next year.
That's just how it goes. I was like, because he was high up, but because everybody knew that he was supposed to be good, and I took him like pretty early. I took him like in the 3rd or 4th round. And I was like, ooh, this is a steal. Nobody knows that I'm getting this guy. He's going to fucking blow up. And I was like, but I could also have totally just fucked up my season. And it turned out to be the latter. So
I did not have a good season either this year. My team, I drafted QBs way too early. And
well, my whole team, like, I got Jackson.
I had Mahomes and Jackson. Jackson was my number 2.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What are you playing, like a 3-man league?
No, it was
Did you double pick your QBs? Did you take both Mahomes and Jackson because you had a double pick?
Yeah.
You're the worst kind of person.
Well, here's the thing. Because I had like such a
I am betting you got cursed out big time.
I didn't get cursed out, but I did that way too early, and because I had such a late.
But you busted your nut early. It's all right.
I was like, do I go for someone that's like meh, or do
you get the draft? You get the draft nerves where you're like, "Ooh, I really want the good guy, so I'll pick a couple rounds early." I usually do that, man. I usually fill out all my positions with top-notch players as quickly as possible. Except for like kickers and defense. I give that at least a few fucking rounds.
Yeah.
But I'll usually go for a quarterback in the 3rd or 4th because I want to grab one of the top guys.
Yeah.
And usually it's worked out pretty well for me. This was the first season that I was truly had a terrible season.
I kind of came back toward the end, but.
And I still like just under 500.
Yeah, I think I was like 5-7 at the end of the season. Like
I believe I played spoiler to one person, which was fun.
Yeah. It's been interesting playing fantasy football, not having a team because don't have great loyalty to any.
Yeah,
because I don't have that, then it doesn't.
It's tough. Sometimes it's tough to play somebody against your own team. Like there have been many an occasion where I just won't do it, and I will bench that person for that week.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to learn that when I've played other fantasy sports, is just not to have loyalty to my team, because it's just going to screw you in the end.
I can't help it. All right, man. Well, I guess we've kind of veered into sports now, so maybe we can wrap it up for today. But let's get back to it next week. I know we kind of had a lot of shit to go over, so we kind of jumped all over the place.
There was just, I think everything's been talked about so much. It was just, there was a news fatigue.
And there was definitely a bit of sort of like venting here. We were all just so tired of it. I'm so tired of the absolute stress and craziness of that presidency. I really hope over the next few episodes we get to start talking about policy, having serious discussions. Oh, that'll be so nice.
I think it'll happen once the impeachment trial is over. Once we can finally put, because this is just like extending the need for us to talk about that whole administration. But the second that's like completely behind us, I'm hopeful in a lot of ways. And it all depends on if business goes back to the way it was pre-Trump.
I don't think it's ever going to go back to that. And I really hope it doesn't.
The question is, will it go back to that for the Democrats, I think?
I hope not. I hope they learn. It sounds like they're trying to. I mean, Bernie is very involved, man. That's a good sign.
I mean, one thing that's kind of nice about Trump's presidency is he did so much without going through Congress that it's very easy to just reverse all of that stuff. Like the fact that your whole presidency was executive orders means that all Biden has to do for the next 2 weeks is just sign a bunch of executive orders to just.
I've been loving Ainsley Earhart on Fox, just whining so much. Oh, he wants unity, but he comes in and undoes everything Trump did, and I'm like, you realize almost all of that was what he campaigned on, right?
Yeah. What do you expect?
Yeah, unity only matters if you're kowtowing to Republicans. She's really gunning for some sort of job at OAN or something, man. Just another one of those Trump-loving, blonde, blue-eyed girls.
Hey, actually, this is what I want to wrap up on.
Yeah.
Did you watch the first White House press briefing of the Biden administration?
I mean, yeah, a little bit in passing, but, I didn't feel compelled to because I didn't think it was going to be a complete shit show. I was like, business as usual. Good.
Yeah, it was like crazy to watch.
Even the Fox guy tried to get a rise out of her too. Yeah. And she was like, whatever, dude. Just like, so you think COVID relief isn't for both parties? Think unemployment right now isn't for both parties? The fuck out of here, man.
Well, some of it she was like saying, it hasn't even been one single day yet. Like, how much do you expect us to have done
exactly.
in one day?
It was so goofy. They're coming out. He's been president for a day. So Biden, did you fix the economy yet?
Yeah. I mean, wow, what a crazy world to watch a press briefing, and it's like a normal one, and it's
right,
a breath of fresh air.
Indeed.
Well,
all right. Well, I guess on that note, we will wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah, we'll see you within the next 2 weeks.
Yes, definitely. Trying to do it next week for sure. So once again, I am Jourdan.
I'm Malcolm.
Do your likes and subscribes and crap and stuff. Just do it.
Smash
the like button down below.
Smash.
Okay, I can't even. That's so cringy. All right, thanks for watching.